I've never been.
Yeah, no, there was no way. I, I was fucking getting away with that shit at a young age. That's why we used to run.
Yeah, goddamn. Yeah, I've never been. I don't buy much alcohol anyway though. I'm pretty I don't really.
Well,
I
yeah,
only drink alcohol at places. Like I never really. I don't keep alcohol around.
yeah, no, just like a social drinker or whatnot.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, like now it's
Sometimes I'll
true.
buy something to
Like,
try.
yeah.
Like if someone tells me, you know.
Do you like craft beers?
They're alright. Some of them are. It's very hit or miss. Like some
Yeah,
of them are
yeah,
really
yeah.
good, and then most are really not very good.
Yeah, no, seriously.
We have
That's what,
IPA is big here.
you said what?
IPA is big here where I live.
Oh, okay.
They're
What?
kind of like they're kind of
Yeah,
craft beerish, but also not.
yeah, yeah. No, they are. They got different types of IPAs.
Yeah.
I just can't stand IPAs. To be completely honest with you, they're just way
Yeah.
too bitter, and I like more like sour, or like the scouts that are more like creamier, or like I like the light beers. But
Okay, all right.
yeah,
This delay is way better, by the way. I mean, this is already looking better. I already love
okay,
it.
okay,
This
for
is
sure.
already looking sick.
That's good.
Oh yeah, I love this game. Starbound. Oof.
I was on.
Yeah. So since you've seen Terraria, this is a lot like Terraria, but in space.
I got you. You said in space.
Yeah, but you're in space, you know.
So like
Okay.
what? So what exactly is the mission? Like you just like go around and kind of like collect stuff or whatnot.
Well, did you already
Or the
talk to your
fun.
ship AI there and sort of talk
Well,
to it about
yeah.
how?
Like I had got my first quest right here that was talking about
Mm-hmm.
beam down to the planet's surface and search for supplies or whatnot. So I guess that's what I'm doing
Yep.
right now, kind
Yeah. So it's
Yo, what's good?
it's a
What's up?
survival
What's up, bro?
RPG builder type game.
Gotcha.
Are you talking about Starbound?
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. We over here talking about Starbound right now. It's pretty dope, actually.
Yeah, I spent a lot of time building. That's all I really did.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, see, that's the thing that I like doing in games. Like every game I fucking play, even in Halo, like I used to forge a lot. You know, like it just, I don't know, like I always just fuck with like
Oh man, dude.
There's all these crazy contraptions you could build when
shit
you
like
get
that.
like later on. You could build like light switches and like on-off switches that like turn things on and off automatically, and you like set all that shit up. It's kind of
Yeah,
cool.
you can automate a lot of processes.
Oh wow.
Mm-hmm.
Like you have the control to like literally wire an entire house.
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Yeah.
I have a whole fucking smart house on it.
Yeah, and all the shit fucking turns on and off when you walk through if you wire it correctly.
Yeah. Is this like an older game or what?
It was in development for like a cool 5 years, 6 years.
Yeah.
And the game actually only technically got full release like 2 years ago, maybe. So it's only been out for like 7, 8 years. From the very beginning of development, at least, like
I got you.
when the first alpha was available. I've played this game for a long, long time. I was one of the first people playing alpha.
Oh hell yeah, same here.
I love the pixel art style though. That shit just amazing.
I love it.
I've actually
It's unfortunate the development team kind of abandoned this game towards the end, but
oh wow.
it's still a beautiful game.
Yeah, it's the same guys who made that Stardew Valley game.
No. Oh wow, really?
Mm-hmm.
I actually played Stardew Valley a little. It just Stardew Valley, like I kind of really didn't get into it because it kind of really doesn't have a story mode like that. Like it kind of just like throws you in there, you know.
Yeah,
Well,
that game is like doing chores.
Yeah, that game's it feels weird. It feels weird to me because it's not it's not like it's got all the RPG elements, but the world just isn't big enough for me. Like there's just not enough to do, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like chore work, bro. You gotta like grab this, move it here, go over this way, come
Yeah.
back to your house every day. It's annoying.
And then like
loves it and I play it with
that's
it.
another thing that I was confused about was like the whole fucking sleep cycle and all that shit. I was like, bro.
Mhm.
I was like,
Yeah,
what's
every day
going
is
on?
timed. You only have a set amount of time in every day, so you can't just wander around. You have to like be doing stuff.
Yeah, exactly. That's kind of what I did my first playthrough. I literally had to restart and start over because I realized I was just wasting time.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, my girlfriend loves that shit though. She loves it. I know there's a lot of
Fucking
women love it.
asshole. Fucking asshole.
But this enemy,
I just got murked by something. I know what the fuck I was doing. Oh.
oh ouch. Yeah, so that those little gray guys.
Yeah.
So they do this little after they hit you once, or if you hit them, they go into this little rock form and they can't take any damage, and you don't take any damage from them. But you can't do any damage to them, and they can't do any damage to you till they get back up out of their little rock form.
Yeah.
So you just have to sit there and wait till they get back up.
They don't die, it seems like, do they?
They do.
Oh, wow, okay.
Again, after every hit, though, they go back into their little rock form. So you just have to sit there, keep hitting them.
I got you. Oh, I didn't want to fall in this fucking pit, asshole. I swear if I die again.
You might. It's fine. You know, this early in the game, you're really not losing anything from dying anyway, so.
Gotcha. Ooh. This looks useful. It says my scans indicate an arc energy source. The hell? Oh wow! Ah! I didn't know I could take fall damage like that.
Yeah,
I did exploding.
Another thing that's really confusing about this game, I don't know if you sort of figured it out yet, but you actually have 5 inventories.
Oh wow,
So
really?
that really fucks a lot of people up. So you have different tabs there in your inventory, and they all have their own inventory space. So
Like that dirt and the grass.
Yeah, so the
and
blocks and stuff go into a separate inventory, and then the components go into a separate inventory, and then consumables go into a separate
Oh
inventory.
my god.
Yeah, so it really fucks people up at first, because they're like, wait, my inventory, I had this in my inventory, and it's like, well, in a different tab, you know?
Yeah. I gotta try. Maybe I shouldn't go this way, because of that big asshole. I keep falling in. I'm gonna go the other way. Fuck that. Falling that big ass fuck.
Yeah, I've played a lot of this game.
Why does it look so
like
dark
300
on my
hours.
computer though?
What was that?
Does it look dark on y'all's end?
No. There's a day and night cycle, so it is getting to be nighttime where you are,
Okay.
like in your game, so.
I was like, what the fuck? But what else games are have y'all currently been playing?
I just got back into Factorio, because I'm addicted to that game again. I was addicted
What's that about?
to Factorio.
Yeah.
You are an exonaut who has crashed on a alien planet. You crash landed on an alien planet, and your first instinct, instead of call for help or anything, is to build a rocket ship to leave the to leave the not the island, but the planet. So you literally build a factory, and you extract resources out of the ground, and you build a whole infrastructure to move those resources around where you need them to manufacture a rocket ship to launch yourself back into space.
I mean, that sounds intense.
Yeah. Well, it's a very like micromanagey game.
Yeah.
It's all about like constantly paying attention and doing things, and like I just love that.
Yeah, no, I definitely like that too. You play what's that game called? City Skylines, right?
Yep.
How far do you think that you would say that you gotten in that game?
I've also played probably around 300 hours of that game, so I've built many mega cities, multiple. And,
okay. I remember last time I was playing that game actually in my city. I'm actually working on redoing like the whole fucking highway system. It's like I kind of always, build like big ass cities, but never had like a legitimate, fucking highway and like a street system and shit. So that's what I was trying to fucking set up. But yeah, that's gonna take a lot of work trying to redo a whole city.
Would you usually just go for like the basic grid system?
Yeah. But like I want to switch it up, kind of make districts and all that stuff. Add more like bicycle paths and all that shit.
Yeah, the biggest city I've ever made is 183,000 people.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
That is a pretty fucking big ass city. And then
it basically goes across the whole map. You're that big.
Yeah, and then like at that point you're like because also I don't know if that's a part of like the expansions, but like when like you started to get into like industries and stuff, was that a part of the expansion? And then like as far as like trading,
E, by the way, to pick up these things. I noticed you've been trying to like hit these plants that you've been going by that are highlighted. If you just hit E, you can grab the stuff off.
Yeah, no, it says if I click the middle button too. That's what I've been doing.
Oh, does it say that too? Oh,
yeah.
Okay. I always use the E.
Alright, damn. Like the scroll button?
What were you saying about City Skylines?
Fuck, what was I saying?
Oh, you asked him about the industries.
Well, yeah, like as far as the industries and whatnot, like and like as far as like trading and stuff, have you like I'm guessing that you had got into that, right? Did you basically like fill up like all 9 squares?
Oh yeah, I do have a mod to get all 9 squares.
Well, no, there's 25.
Get the whole. Yeah, I was gonna say I actually have a mod to get the whole map, but
oh wow.
Yeah, usually when I play the game base without that mod, I do fill up all 9 squares.
Yeah, no, and then like another thing, like I would say that I've only played vanilla because I've only played the Xbox version. I haven't actually played the PC version.
Okay. Yeah, no, unfortunately there are no like DLCs or anything that you can buy that increase the map tiles. You have to use a mod, which I really hate. It's literally the only mod I use. It's literally the only mod I use for the game. It's just so I can get more map tiles, so I can build my city bigger. It's unfortunate.
What's up, Mello? What's going on, bro?
Not much, doing good.
I'm over here getting fucked up and beat up and starbound.
I feel that. We doing any hot topics tonight?
Yeah, I mean I was really just trying to wait until I had got a few people up in here, but tonight is really just like a wild card topic, kind of let y'all decide something, or just kind of go with the flow and see what we tend to talk about. Because I want to do at least like one, wild card topic a week. Then probably have like a few set up. Like I already got the rest of the categories planned out for the rest of the week on the schedule, the Twitch channel. I also have posted it in Discord. But yeah, tonight is kind of just a wild card topic. Kind of like whatever's on your mind.
Nice.
So I'm kind of just playing.
Yeah, I'm down to talk about whatever. We just been enjoying talking about video games. That's what we've been talking about.
Hell yeah. What you been up to, though, Mello?
Not much. I'm gonna go back to school. That's gonna be in California. I'm going to try to go for business management or something of that sort. It's really working, got my mundane side and my spiritual side, but like I've I don't know, it's been very tiring these last couple weeks. Very tiring.
What state are you in right now?
Oh, Maryland.
What were you saying, bro?
Oh, I was just asking him, like, you mean like tiring, like just sort of working shit's been tiring, just.
Oh yeah, it's just been tiring.
Just low
I've been
motivation,
working. I really have no social life other than Discord, but I just generally don't meet people in this area, so I'm like I think I'll take that L.
Oh, did you just move? Like, you just moved to a new place?
Oh no, I've been living here for years.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I just don't like the people here.
That's
Oh,
fair.
random.
Honestly, you live in Maryland. That's totally fair. I don't like people from Maryland, so. I live
Hilarious.
nearby. I hate people from Maryland.
I'm not from Maryland, so I totally get that. I totally get
so
that.
there you
What
go.
type
That's
of
right.
place
You're
is
fine. That's why
Maryland?
we can talk right now. That's what we're having to find time.
What type of place is Maryland? Hold up, bro. Let me look this up. What
Bro,
type of
people
place
from
is
Maryland
Maryland?
are weird. They're weird.
Really?
It really
Why?
depends on where you're at, right? I think like if you're in the boonies, you're gonna have your rednecks, right? Versus you're gonna have your city folks more in Baltimore, Annapolis, and DC and such. But I can't stand rednecks down here.
It's like The Wire out there.
Man, they're just so closed-minded. They're so dumb. They just do the same shit, and it's like, damn, like can't y'all?
Because it's up north, right? So y'all shouldn't have that many rednecks up there.
You might be surprised.
You said,
yeah, you might be surprised.
I'm by the water.
Yeah, he's out on the peninsula, right?
Oh wow, bro, it's actually pretty beautiful there.
Well, it definitely, it looks nice.
Yeah, I live in a beautiful area. Don't get me wrong. But I don't hate nature.
I was gonna say the homie's on Discord. I don't think he cares about the trees.
I
we got
just
beautiful water here.
Oh.
What are you gonna say?
Yeah, no, I just got back from this place. Goddamn, what was that place called? But like basically, it was like this swampy area because like we were coming back from Galveston or whatever, and we had stopped by like this swampy area, and bro, we saw this fucking gator. That shit was so fucking trippy.
Oh shit.
Because at first we were like looking like, what the fuck is that?
What is that?
And bro, like.
You have to have that one friend who's like, bro, I bet I dare you won't go and tap that gator.
Nah, seriously, because at first we were joking about, like, okay, like, let me pull this place up for y'all real quick while we're fucking talking, because we're like, bro, would you go across this lake for like $1 million? And I was like, hell yeah, I'll fucking, do like the high legs, do like the I need running across the walls or something, just fucking make it across somehow. But as soon as I saw that fucking gator, I was like, nah, bro. you're not gonna fucking make it across. Not even like you're not gonna make it across that motherfucker. They're like, fuck that shit.
I mean, well, actually, that's the thing about alligators, though, is they're ambush predators. So really, they're not gonna chase something running through the water per se.
You don't think so?
Yeah,
You don't think like if something made a splash in the water that it will go and like attack it?
It depends how close it is. If it makes a splash like more than 5 feet away, no,
Yeah.
it's not gonna go for it. Not
yeah.
really.
The thing they'll wait towards at the edge of the water for something to come, drink from it, and then they'll come and bite it. Like
Yeah, it's their whole strategy. That's also like, like the fact that they're reptiles suits their sort of style of ambush predator.
But yeah, y'all can see on the screen right now. I'm sharing it right now, bro.
We can see us right now. Wait, are you? We can't see.
Nah,
No, I can see it.
it's in the Discord.
On Discord.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, that's beautiful.
Hell yeah, but bro, there are fucking gators up in there like a motherfucker, bro.
Oh yeah, it looks like it would be.
That shit was so fucking crazy, dude. I was like, nah, bro. But yeah, the perfect fucking gator environment. Like,
Oh yeah, for
fuck
sure.
that shit.
I don't know. I'd do it for $1 million.
You said I'd do it.
Yeah, I'd do it.
Yeah, I want to know how long how long it is the swim. Before I question it if it's $1 million worth.
Shit, let me see. That was a pretty.
Like if it's
Well,
in
shit,
deep,
it's a
deep
swamp.
water,
You really can't even tell. Cause like even on Google Maps, like it doesn't even like identify the water really. It still considers it land, and so you can't even like decipher the land versus like the marshy. Man, fuck that, dude. Cause the marshy part is still considered the water to me, shit. Like, and then that part's gonna be hard to get through. That's probably where the gators are.
Don't sit in deep, deep water. I think they sit more on the shallow. So if it's deep and you're swimming in it, at least you think you can get away with that.
Yeah.
Until you hope
like,
you're not.
At that point, it's just a matter of chance, like as to whether or not you bump into one. You know what I mean? Because they're not gonna come after you out in the deep water, because they're just not gonna bother.
Yeah.
Also, their senses aren't that perceptive either, right? So like they're not really able to tell that you're even in the water from that distance. They can't hear very well. Like they don't really see very well under, like other than under the water. They see pretty well under the water, but that's about it. Like not very far still.
Yeah, they don't have that good of like a foresight.
Yeah, they got like film over their eyes so they can see in the water, but
like they got little goggles. They got an extra eyelid.
Bro.
Yeah, I thought that shit was.
Although most reptiles have that extra eyelid.
But have y'all ever had gator? Like ever like fucking ate it?
No.
Oh, I've heard of someone eating gator, but man, I've never had it.
I've been getting skull.
You know, when I used to eat meat, like I had. Well, I mean, like I'm from the South anyway, so I've had like squirrel, snake, alligator, and I guess that's and fucking turtle. And I mean, I guess that's like the weird shit that I've had.
Nah, people in Dead Brave here. I live in the north. They're cowards. Culinary cowards.
Right, I'm one of them. I wouldn't eat that shit.
You said I wouldn't eat that shit.
I'll eat anything, man.
I'm a culinary coward.
I'm a culinary.
I'll eat some like maybe the farthest I'll go is like deer meat or something.
Yeah.
Or something like
I've had deer. Yeah, but
some rare bird or whatever they shoot when they go hunting, whatever.
I've had deer too, but you gotta really take care of it right, or you might depending on what type of deer you eat, like the condition shot it in, like if it's gonna be gamey versus like
well, you can't like let the like adrenaline like go through the blood and shit, because that's when they consider the meat to be gamey,
Yeah.
You know, though, technically everybody's a culinary coward in some kind of way. You ever heard of balut?
Yeah.
What's that?
You have you had balut before?
I've never had balut.
Would you try it?
What the fuck is that?
I would never recommend anybody trying that shit.
It's an egg. Very old egg.
So it's like in the Philippines, they take an egg and they bury it till it rots, like really rots. And because it's warm down there, the egg almost hatches. So it's like half alive by the time it dies.
Yeah.
And then they slurp that shit down.
Yeah, so the embryo.
It's like a delicacy out there.
To grow a bit.
But why?
Yeah, that's the same shit I'm thinking about all that other shit, turtles and shit you're eating.
Japan, they'll eat live scorpions, man.
No.
You like mix them with alcohol
Mhm.
and then just eat it. Man, that's crazy. That's a delicacy too. I think I'd honestly try that. Not gonna lie, I probably would try a lot scorpion if I went to a Japanese restaurant over there. Try a lot scorpion if I went to a Japanese restaurant over there.
Have y'all ever had calamari like
Oh hell yeah.
Like octopus?
Yeah, octopus also.
Okay.
Yeah, I've tried that.
No, that shit's pretty
out in Puerto Rico I had octopus salad. That shit's good.
Okay.
I think it depends how it's cooked, cause like you'll find some that are just so chewy that you can't fucking eat it.
Nah, bro, I only eat that fried shit. Like, fuck that. Because like if people don't cook it right, then it's gonna be too chewy and shit. Then I ain't got time to eat it. I just want to dip it in some tartar sauce and eat it.
Right.
Hey guys, I'm gonna I just want to check what you guys are doing.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be back, but I'm going to jump out for a bit.
All right, bro. Let's go.
Yeah, see, man.
Yeah, what's going on though?
Chilling.
But I don't know. One thing that I did notice, it seems like Biden is still trying to, pass regulations on these guns and whatnot.
Yo, you were in Texas, right?
Yeah.
What do you think about that dude, Beto O'Rourke's chances after like that political stunt that he pulled that kind of gave him a lot of attention?
Wait, what did he?
It was right after the shooting. Like they had the sheriff's meeting, and he's the guy who stood up and interrupted it.
Oh, he was the guy that said that, and then that other guy was like, "Stop turning this into like
Beto O'Rourke, he's
shit."
running for governor.
Yeah,
I think, or mayor. I can't remember. One of them shits.
Yeah, no, like I seen
governor.
Steven Crowder were just trolling him, talking about you know how people say beta? People are saying Beto. You know, like yeah, like calling people like a Beto male.
Oh, Beto, Beto male.
Yeah.
Word.
But yeah, like I definitely seen people trolling him and shit lately.
Yeah, I remember him during the debates for the presidency, the Democratic side. So he's like probably got a lot of popularity from that shit. He's, this probably increases his chances in Texas.
Let me look him up though. I know he's a Democrat for sure. I'll share the screen real quick. Okay, this was when he had interrupted.
Brendan, you're not fat. It's the shirt. What? Look at Nate. He's too classy.
Slap the shit out of him.
in El Paso, I've talked to the parents at NFA High School. I've talked to the parents in Midland, Odessa. They want us to do something right now.
You watch Crowder?
I want us to do something right now.
Yeah, from time to time I watch his. Mainly I watch him for his It's fucking what's that shit? Fucking change my mind shit, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. But like bro, his humor sucks. He's not a good comedian at
No,
all.
he's not.
He's not funny at all, dude. Like he's really not. And but yeah, like it changed my mind shit. Like it's you know, like it's hilarious.
Yeah, he comes with like pretty good talking points when he does those.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean sometimes he can be bad faced, but I mean like it's just cool just to hear like different people's like opinions and shit, you know?
Right. It's the issue though is the way he frames the whole shit,
Yeah.
right?
I think, you know, I just wish there was somebody more moderate doing that type of shit, you know?
Right. Or I wish he would really debate people who could actually have the potential with their rhetoric to change his mind.
Yeah.
Like, because he goes and debates, you know, young kids and shit. It's
And
just
then
like,
like he
He's done on stage debates that you can find. Did a lot more when he was just like sort of starting out, but
yeah, but what I mean is like I've heard, I mean, you know, like online debates, like, and I've heard formal debates, right? And I just think that like he's not into the formal debates, so he should just do more online debates, but he doesn't. Or not online debates, but like what I mean by that is like not something where he's relying on all his notes and shit.
I mean, I don't know if he tends to usually have, from what I could tell, not he doesn't usually have many notes. I mean, it's really specifically in the Change My Minds.
Yeah,
He
that's what I mean though,
specifically
talking on that
puts
point.
Well, he specifically puts down like a booklet of like all the information that he's talking about, and if you want to challenge any of it, it's right there cited in his booklet. So if you want to take up issue with whatever it is specifically, then there you go, you can do that.
Yeah, that's yeah.
Well, and obviously he does it at populated places, which is like, I mean, that's just how he does it. I mean,
yeah, he does it with randos and stuff.
well, and again though, he's done formal on stage debates before. You can find him.
Like with like I know what you mean, but like on the framing of change my mind, that's what I mean.
I mean, right, but that's not really changed my mind though. So
Yeah, so like
right.
yeah, that's kind of my issue with change my mind is that I'd like him to like have somebody who's also equally prepared.
Sure.
Well, yeah, so yeah, because like I kind of understand what you're saying, but it's kind of hard to do that, you know, because I was kind of trying to think of how a way that you could do that, you know, because you gotta be prepared. You gotta go to the school prepared with like an argument, but at the same time, it's like, you know, like the people that you're gonna be facing.
And those usually,
Yeah.
he's usually being pretty like forgiving. He's like, well, you know, we'll just assume that like he says this all the time. We'll assume that what you say is true and what I say is true, just for the sake of your argument. It doesn't.
Yeah, no, but that's why I definitely like, you know, like I can definitely watch his change my mind shit. And also when like he be he'll like troll like some protesters sometime. Like how like he had just fucking trolled like the whole Beto campaign and shit. That shit was funny as fuck.
It's on us. It's not just the governor's fault. It is on us.
Yeah, I guess I got like personal things against him, not necessarily. What I mean by personal is my personal friends that I know who are influenced by his rhetoric.
What, like they're like far right or something, or what?
No, I don't think that they're far right. I think that they were usually apolitical, and then people like him suck them in, and now they want to bring that topic up, or not that topic, the stuff that he brings up all the time and shit, stuff like that, where it's
like it kind of reinforces.
It just doesn't feel like genuine, right? When they only have specific talking points that happen, oh, immediately after. It's no different than how boomers relate to the news cycle, right? Where they stick to like Fox or CNN or something like that, and that's all they ever knew, right? Generally apolitical people who don't like to discuss these things, but they get their talking points from one place.
I mean, that happens everywhere, though. You're not going to
Yeah,
stop
you're
people
right.
from
You're right.
choosing to not think for themselves. If
No,
you have
you're right.
friends who don't think for themselves, that's not really. It's not really the issue of the people who tell them what to think. Also, it's just not the issue of people telling you at all what is good or bad. I mean, people just cling on to things. That's really how it works. I mean, people are going to cling on to what they want to.
Yeah, I got you. No, that's true.
That's whether you're a Republican, a Democrat, or an independent, to stand up right now for yourself, for your kids, for our families, and to stop the next.
But yeah, one thing I can say though, bro, is they have really like it's so fucked up how like they'll like especially the whole fucking Biden administration, how they're literally trying to use this use this fucking tragedy as a way to like make it like political to pass like laws and shit, bro. They're like, I don't know, bro. That shit just blows my mind.
Like in what way?
Like it's like and like they do it like every time with like with like the same talking points. I mean like both people do it, don't
Yeah.
get me wrong. Like both parties do it. But it's just like damn, bro, like it's kinda like just like ruthless, Just like fucking like some savage type shit that you because like they know what that like I mean like they know what they're doing. Um and and then like so like they'll basically like like publicize something and then keep on talking about it and then like just trying to get like I guess like more views and whatnot. But I mean like we're all doing the same thing basically. Like I guess just trying to get I guess more people to kind of think that think similar to what we're thinking or whatnot.
Right, right. Well, here's the thing is like
Yeah, and get like a
it would-
common understanding, I guess.
when I look back at like Joe Biden, I don't see him as like a progressive like activist, right? He's kind of like showboating. I feel like he's somewhat, or maybe not somewhat, sometimes wholly disingenuous with what he's saying, just because he's probably like, like, oh, this is what people are saying or thinking and shit like that, right? Like,
Cause see,
because when I
look,
look back, he was never
yeah,
really like, he never took sides this firm historically, right? So it's like tough to take him seriously. So like this doesn't seem surprising to me that he would use something like this or do something like this.
yeah, like I guess try to use this as a situation to do his biddings. And then, bro, I just think he's too old, bro. Don't y'all think it should be an age limit to like how how old somebody is to run for office, bro? Like, god damn, dude.
Yeah, but Trump is around the same age too. I
Yeah,
don't think there
I
should be an
think
age limit, but I think that people should encourage younger people to be part of
because
their
my thing
government.
is like the president needs to be more relatable to the current world. And I mean like once you're that old, bro, it's like you're literally like not in the loop. And I mean like even if you are like you're like it's just the shit that you're literally like reading because you're not like like you're not like experiencing it like in that world like as if you would like as if you were younger and whatnot.
Yeah. So what does his legislation involve? Is it some crazy shit or what is it?
What do you mean by that?
Well, what's he what like if like Joe Biden? I don't really know what he's trying to do about this or whatever.
Watch, but I just seen this earlier. He was like
And with everything going on right now and hurricane season approaching, it's a good idea
Oh, okay, I'm sure.
to have life-saving food.
You know, the folks spent 3 hours and 40 minutes with me. They waited all that time, and some came 2 hours early. And the pain is palpable, and I think a lot of it's unnecessary. So I'm going to continue to push, and we'll see how this works. Because I've not been negotiating with any of the Republicans.
He's talking about the Second Amendment was never absolute. Like, just saying all this, like,
about that with any
Well, I mean, technically, any amendment, by definition, is not absolute.
Well, yeah, but it's like, bro.
So I don't know.
Like, you cannot mess with, like. See, my thing is, it's like my thing is we have a good system. It's just the people in the system and you know, the way that we you know, that like the way that we do things. Just like right now, like they're saying that they're going to basically like tear down the school, you know, that they had the shooting at or whatever, you know. So when they tear the school down, like basically they just need to, you know, rebuild it, but with like a better security system. Just like, I don't know if you've heard about the like there's this school system that basically goes on lockdown. Like they have all type of like security things in there where, you know, they can notify the police real quick. They have like gas canisters in the hallway and like all type of crazy ass shit, you know. Cause like a school should be the safest place, you know, that like your kids are going, you know.
Yeah.
And like either that or you know, have like armed security at the school. I have like a specialized team that can be, you know, some armed that can be like the armed security there. But you know, I'd say that the laws that we have in place are good. It's just the people that are in power just need to implement those laws so they can be stronger, you know, and we can utilize them.
Right. Well, I mean, I think about it like we have a specific type of crime that happens here more than any other place in the whole world. And I don't think it's the people. I think it's because of these laws that it's easier to do it here.
What do you mean?
Like it's easier to be a mass shooter in the United States.
Well, yeah. I mean, yeah. Because you're freer to do what you want, basically. But at the same time, we have stuff that can protect us. Because you'll never be able to stop that, you know?
Like,
unless you
like
take,
you're saying
unless
never,
you
but it
take
doesn't
laws
exist.
away from everybody.
What I mean is
Which-
it doesn't exist in other places, so there is a way to do it. You know, I wouldn't say
But
never.
other places have other things like, you know, like just like a mass stabbing. You can't stop a mass stabbing.
Yeah, but there's a mass
Uh-huh.
stabbing is usually way less than a mass shooting as far as death.
Or I don't know, bro. Like it could be.
If
It could
you were
be
to lock
something
yourself in a
else. You know.
like, let's say you had a choice. You had to
Yeah.
go into a room with somebody with an AK or a knife. You had to be locked in there for 30 full seconds. Which one would you pick?
I mean, bro.
I think
You're
most people would
saying-
pick the knife.
You're
because
saying if you rather get shot or stabbed?
what I'm saying though, it's just like a thought experiment. Like
I'd
if you
rather
were-
get shot, bro.
No, but what I'm saying is
'Cause
you
a
have
stab
a chance
wound-
to live. It's
oh
only
my
30
God.
seconds. You're only in the room for 30 seconds. So you're in a room with somebody with a knife and somebody with an AK.
Bro, that's actually a good question. Cause, bro, you could do just as well. I don't know, bro.
30 seconds, I feel like I could run away long enough. I could even try to hold them back.
Well, yeah, you're right. But so, bro, so if you held them back with the gun, there would be less damage, though. If you held them back with the knife, there would be more damage. Right?
It depends. Yeah, yes, I do believe that you could die in both ways, but I believe that it's easier to survive in one of them.
I don't know, bro, because I definitely have a way huger fear of getting stabbed than getting shot, bro. Because stab wounds, like, bro, just imagine like your skin just splitting
I know,
like
right?
that. Like, no, bro.
And it's tearing through your muscles and ripping your tendons, and your muscles won't work, and you can't flex. Ugh.
No, bro.
Yeah, man,
Fuck that.
that's terrible.
Yeah, getting shot is just way quicker. I would think, bro.
Yeah. But that bullet could be so hot it burns your internal organs and
Nah,
shit.
seriously though, dude. That's another thing. Fuck that shit. Fuck all that shit. Hell no, because that is true. Those bullets are hot, bro. Fuck that, bro.
So, like, I think about it like the reason that this doesn't happen in other countries is because, yeah, like, it's harder to stab somebody with a knife, too. Like, it's very difficult to do that.
Yeah.
So, I'm not saying take away guns. I actually don't think we should have no guns. And I don't think that shootings will just stop all of a sudden if you, like, do one magical thing.
Yeah.
But like what I'm confused about is why people deny these ideas.
Like as far as
Like why do people think that this like okay, why do you think that we
yeah.
have good laws?
Because I would say, that the laws that we have right now, because there's already examples in their schools right now that are secure. It was just, I would say that school in Uvalde wasn't, secured to the guidelines that it should have been secured to. And I would say that to a lot of schools now. Like a lot of schools, they need to, redo and basically like rebuild like their whole way of doing things, like that has to be changed because we can do that without changing any laws and still make these schools secure like how they're supposed to be. You know, I think that would work versus uh you know taking away things from like the whole society, trying to punish
Right.
like the whole, from one bad person.
But I'm not framing it as taking it away from anybody.
I know, but even though you're not, that's essentially what's going to happen, though. Because
Like
that's what happens whenever you pass laws. Because once again, criminals don't follow laws. The only people who follow laws are law-abiding citizens. So those are
yeah,
the
but
only
like
people
when it
that are going to
comes
be affected.
so here's the thing though. I would agree with that, but also that like this person bought guns legally in both in the Buffalo shooting and the Texas shooting.
Hmm.
Like they were old enough to get these and follow the law. Before that, they didn't break the law. They waited to follow the law.
Yeah.
So
And the
like
law broke
my
when they decided to, go in there and kill people.
no, but what I mean is like your point is right. People will follow the law, even young kids, right, who just barely turned 18 and they're able to get a gun
Yeah.
within a week of turning 18, right? So like they followed the law. If you could make the law a requirement where they have to take a mandatory like whatever test or whatever to do that, I think that they would still follow that law, right? And people would be a lot more like conscious about what they do.
I mean, but yeah, like, so say, like, I mean, because people do this right now, like, they'll go through, like, major shit just to, I guess, get to their end goal, Like, whatever idea or whatever they have set in their mind, they'll do whatever they have to, like, accomplish that.
Yeah, but
So
when a
I don't
when
think,
when a teenager's in a
if
rage,
you keep like if you like try to put more regulations on stuff, I think those same people are still going to do whatever they have to do to, commit whatever crime they're trying to do,
Yeah.
But like, I think that you can protect the people more, just like making the schools more secure. I think that would, help or even delay, somebody until the police can come.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's what I had to say about that.
I would I would like to see some sort of legislation where it actually supports schools doing something like that too, though. Like, I know what you mean, but is that in the pipeline with any of the political parties? Do they plan on increasing budgets so they could fund securities in schools?
Well, yeah. So say like with Texas, or well, not yeah. Like in Texas, they're definitely doing it. With that school, Uvalde, that school is probably going to be the most secure school in Texas, I bet you. But like in Florida, they've already started changing shit also. And then what the hell? Oh shit, I'm fucking tripping out. But now, but yeah, like in Texas and Florida, they're already doing shit to make sure that these schools are more secure, and so like things like this won't like occur anymore,
Yeah, yeah.
basically. And like they're even saying, like I was saying, like having like special like security teams there, or doing like that one school. I forgot where that school was. I think they said it was like Seattle or some shit like that. But this school is so damn secure, bro. And it has like a lot of high tech shit in it, where the school basically just goes on lockdown. So they're just looking into more stuff like that. And
Yeah.
and I think Biden is actually, I think he passed something that's supposed to be funding, that's supposed to be like uh giving like a bigger budget to like the education system, which they need anyway. The education system does need more funding,
Yeah.
but yeah, they definitely need more funding to make these schools more secure, though.
I feel like
But they would have to do every single school, though,
yeah, yeah.
and especially where I live, man. I live in the suburbs, and there's literally nothing but houses, schools, houses, schools. There's
Yeah.
That's all there fucking is out here, bro. They'll build a neighborhood and they build a school.
Yep.
But I don't know.
That shit'll be crazy though. Like, I've got fucking Marines there at every school or whatever.
Well, yeah. I mean, cause it would just take a few people. We don't have to have a whole squad. I say probably like 5 to 3 people. You know, at a school just to be trained. Cause like cause like I was saying like a few nights ago, there there's actually like cops in most of these schools anyway, but the cops there were unarmed, or I think they kept their guns in like the offices, some shit like that, or like locked up or something like that. But they should be able to have their guns on them and be ready for like whatever happens.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not necessarily like so heated about this that like I would oppose any of those positions. It's just that like one seems like it could be cheaper than the other one. And
well, yeah, of course. Like it could probably be cheaper, but I mean, these are kids that we're talking about, and then this is like the education system that we're talking about. So
yeah,
there should be like, and that's why I say like cops, like we should invest way more in our education and our in our law enforcement and our health industries, like we should invest way more money in that shit. Because if we invest more money in our people, then that just like increases the quality of our fucking society.
yeah.
You play what's that? You or Egg that play City Skylines?
Nah, I've never played it.
Okay, but yeah, that's why I like in that game you raise the education system so damn high, so your people are able to, uh, improve your society or whatever.
Yo, you got a crazy fucking Twitch list here.
What do you mean?
It says new gun ban will start World War III. And will start World War III. That shit disappeared now.
Where you see that at?
That page you were just on.
What page? Oh, okay, you're talking. Oh, okay, you can see what I'm doing. Oh, fuck. What?
Yeah, and
what
that
was
list.
I doing?
Nah, I don't know. It's just like a bunch of Twitch channels there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, new gun ban will start World War III. You see that shit?
Ah, the dude is stupid. Wait, is there a gun ban?
No, he's probably one of those Second Amendment dudes that want to start a war if they take their guns.
Ah, did you take my guns over my dead body?
Yeah, my cold dead hands.
Hilarious. Oh, fuck.
But yeah, I mean, I do believe that a civil war could happen in the United States again.
Yeah, no, most definitely. I definitely see that happening. Let me turn on my. But you said that you could see like a civil war happening.
Yeah, here in the United States.
Yeah, but I see it not necessarily like a civil war. I see like the people revolting over the government. I don't know if you would consider that a civil. Well, yeah.
Well,
I guess
that depends. Yeah, that would it depends. Yeah, like that could be sedition or an insurrection or a military coup. But yeah, civil war meaning that yeah, like the people amongst each other, right? Because like yeah, we are politically divided.
So, do you think that we'll have another insurrection? Like an actual insurrection this time, besides
more attempts at it? I definitely think that that's possible. Yeah, more attempts at like.
Because what do you think about the whole June 6th or
January 6th?
Yeah. What do you think about that whole situation? Did you take that seriously or?
Well, there were actual military groups there, right? Like who intended on actually causing harm. Like the Proud Boys and the Oath Keepers.
So
the Proud Boys and the Oath Keepers literally went there with intentions to like occupy that building with force. Which is, if you're an American citizen, that's sedition against your own government if you're just speaking legally.
Yeah.
Regardless of which side you feel on it, they actually planned on doing it. So there's a couple of Oath Keepers who were who pled guilty to these charges, right?
Yeah. And no, you're
So
definitely right about that.
and those of course are very small groups compared to American people, right? That's like blaming Antifa on the whole entire Democrats, right? It's like they're a very small group, right?
Yeah.
But yes, so when you add that in there, yes, most of the people didn't know that's what was happening, right? Or that people were attempting
That
that.
they were going for like a insurrection. Most people
Yeah, like
probably
they were
thought it was
going
just
to protest on the lawn and shit like that, and it got out of hand. They got inside, right? So like that alone right there was like stupid and foolish. But there were people in that group who literally were trying to perform a coup or whatever it may be, right? Like
uh,
disrupt the legal process. So yeah, like I don't see any reason to defend it, right? Like there's some people who try to defend those actions, and that's just kind of like it's not a winning case in my opinion.
yeah, no, I don't see any like defense in it per se. But I definitely think that like say if we, people decide to do like throw like a coup against like these um corporations or something like that, then I think that we'll still have some people, trying to stand against it or whatever, but at the same time, I would hope that the majority of the country.
Right.
Like at least on that topic. We will hope that we will be unified on that.
But yeah, a lot of people claim to it's the same people who um were waving the thin blue line flag, right? The Blue Lives Matter flag, and then they were whacking police with flagpoles
You're talking about like in Uvalde.
in January 6th. The same people who are
Well,
like,
yeah. Well,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah, 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 yeah. Like the
Yeah,
same people who are
no.
like support the police, Blue Lives Matter, were beating up cops there.
And now they're totally contradicting themselves.
Yeah, and then there's a lot of people who get heated about it, and I get it's okay to be heated about it, but then they'll try to say, well, what about Black Lives Matter?
Ah,
And it's like they didn't run into an official government building. This is all private property, right? And it's not defensible in that mechanism. But what I mean is that they are entirely different on a scope of like what exactly is the end result they're going for.
mhm.
So I run into a lot of people who try to defend that January 6th, and I just don't think it's defensible as an American because we literally, and I get it, like they think that the election was stolen, so therefore it's an invalid whatever.
So, how? Okay, we could talk about that, bro. Do you think the election was stolen, or how do you?
No,
Well, have you seen the film, or have you heard about the film called 2000 Mules?
2,000 Mules, yeah, I watched it on BitChute.
Okay, because
I didn't watch the whole thing. I skimmed through a little bit because it was boring as shit for a lot of it.
Oh wow, you really found it boring. I thought
Yeah,
it
because it
was
was like it's doing like the whole like playing this music in the background,
interesting.
dun, 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 dun,
Well,
dun, dun, and then
yeah,
it's showing like
yeah.
stock footage, and I'm like, that shit's boring. Just fucking,
Well,
I'm I'm
yeah.
I'm from the YouTube age where we pack a lot of information into one video rather than like wait 5 minutes to say one thing, mixed with
Yeah.
music and shit in between it,
Ah, yeah,
right?
no, yeah, no. Like you already know that whole little game plan or whatever. That whole little template they got going on.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, so like I saw the list too of who produced it and like who was doing it. It's Dinesh D'Souza, you know. And historically, who have these people been? Have they?
can you like say, bro, that there were? See, because I already knew half of that shit was going on. First off, but just for them to like reiterate on it, it's kind of like. But the thing that they could say, is that it's both sides doing it. it's not like the fucking Republicans are, completely right in the game either. Like the whole fucking system is corrupt. You know?
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
what that's what I would argue.
Well, yeah, and at when I start feeling that way, I start feeling like shit. Should I even involve myself in politics to begin with, right? And a lot of people end up in that street where they're just like, it's all corrupt. I'm not even gonna vote or nothing.
You ever seen House of Cards on Netflix by that fucking rapist
Nah,
dude?
I remember like a little bit about like that it was out and shit, but I don't remember anything about it.
Well, anyway, even it had that rapist dude in it. That was a great show, bro. It was really fucking good. I'm not gonna lie, like I think it had like 4 seasons to it, but that was a fucking amazing show. And it just like um I don't know, gave you more insight to the corruption of politics, bro. And it just so fucked up, bro. So fucking
Yeah,
crazy.
yeah.
The shit that they can pull off and will do. So that's why I
Right.
would always argue that both sides are, just as corrupt. Just trying to get, like their following, pass
Yeah,
their
yeah.
votes to, make themselves look good and do their little games that they're trying to play or whatever.
Yeah. I do believe that, yeah, there's like small things, but like, do I think that it was actually stolen, like the 2000 Mules style, where they're like literally bringing in ballots in a bag and shit, dumping them into fucking ballot boxes? Nah,
So you don't, well, so you don't think that like the votes were stolen or
no,
like the votes were manipulated with?
no.
Especially with the fucking
Well, here's what I would have to say.
the
First off,
fucking mail-in voting and all that other
well,
bullshit
yeah,
that they say.
yeah, mail-in voting and all that kind of shit, right? Because what they did
There's
after
no way
the
to
election,
verify that.
wait,
There's
but there's
literally
ways
no way.
there's ways to investigate things, right? And so what they had was a Republican-led committee. It was led by Republicans, and they found that there was no massive voter fraud. It was Republicans that found these conclusions.
See, of course. So wait. So you're saying that the neutral party didn't find it, and that the Republican Party found it, or
No, I
you?
was saying that the Republicans led this investigation, and
Yes.
under their investigation, they found no proof of election fraud. So the ones peddling this are people who
Yeah.
are in for the money. They're grifters. Dinesh D'Souza, the fucking pillow guy, right? Like, where's the real people in Congress, or maybe not Congress, but like, like above that or whatever, and
See,
like,
but see, and this is the thing, bro. This is the thing, bro. Because this is more of like, and even I got this feeling that this was like a Alec Jones film or some shit like that, like a conspiracy, type of film, which I appreciate, and I always take the information, that it presents, and like most of it is going to be kind of bullshit, but like, I always say like the message and like the point of the movie, you know, like has a lot to say about it, and it does have a lot like to back up, from past things that have happened. So like as far as just them like manipulating with the votes and stuff, and with uh you know um doing a whole thing with trying to falsely increase like the population, and doing all this other type of shit. Because like, bro, I've heard about like even like this dude who started this cult, and this guy came over here from India, like a few years back. He came over to like some northern state up there close by Canada. Well,
right,
anyway, this dude like ended up starting, a whole fucking cult, bro. And got his commune, and got his population so big to where he started bringing in homeless people and started adding them onto his population to get it to where he had damn near half of the population of the state at one time, to where he started running for governor and then started getting, certain votes passed and all that shit. So it just, like I've seen all type of shit that can be manipulated with the voting, market and shit in the past. So this right here was just not surprising to me. I was just like, like obviously, there's been some type of fraud or some type of manipulation in the past. Because if a guy from fucking India can come over here and manipulate our, fucking political campaign, there's no telling what these fucking politicians are doing.
No, I feel you, but it's just like a little, like too far out with no, like, there is no meat there besides them just making claims.
I mean, but how would you because, like, I'm pretty sure, you know, the things that the government does, if, like, as far as them committing fraud or committing any type of crime or, like injustice against the people, like, I'm pretty sure, like, that's not going to be as easy, to expose. So you can have rumors about it. You can have I guess like accusations about it, but to try to have I guess like dead proof or something like that, like I wouldn't I mean that would kind of be hard to prove is what I'm saying.
Yeah,
So,
exactly. That's what I think also, which is
yeah.
why it's also
That's
very
why it's
difficult.
happening, because it's hard to
Like
prove.
we did recounts, many recounts, right? And then sometimes the numbers were off, and when it was off, it was actually when Trump got more less votes than what they thought he had gotten or whatever, right? Like when they did recounts, it was actually he got less votes than what he thought he had gotten.
So you don't think that even with the whole mail-in voter stuff, like you don't think that like affected it?
No, not at all. I mean, Trump the whole time was
Uh,
encouraging his
uh,
voter base to not use mail-in ballots, which is a very like easy way to vote, and they
well,
didn't.
like how do you feel about that? Because like if you and and it's not even that one. Like I'm trying to think of this other way that they got voted in that. Like I think is weird, but like how do you verify that? How do you verify that is that person actually voted?
Exactly. Like there's people who have committed like literal voter fraud, one person voting twice and shit. They get
Yeah.
prosecuted. Like that shit kind of happens, right? Like, um, yeah, that shit happens. I know somebody who knows somebody who said claims that they voted twice for Donald Trump. It's somebody that my grandma lives with. She's old as shit. She lives in South Florida, and somebody took an elderly person who was unable to move themselves. They went and took their mail and voted twice for Donald Trump out in the little old people fucking retirement home.
And bro, that was another thing that they mentioned in the movie too. That they were doing that with old folks. See, that's why, bro. That's why I know that this shit is true, bro. I know
No,
that they
but
are
like
doing it.
these are individual cases. It's not like widespread. It's small, tiny individual cases of people doing things like voting twice, right? Stealing somebody else's vote. It was an
So
individual
you're
person.
okay. So you're saying that it happens on an individual level, and it's not like a widespread conspiracy.
Not at all. It would require so much coordination for it to be a widespread conspiracy.
I think that it is a wide conspiracy because I think that you can easily set up like groups in cities, then like get those groups to kind of go out and speak to these individuals. That way it doesn't look like because obviously it's not gonna look like one group is doing it. If like you have like multiple individual organizations, going into these cities and then talking to these people and then convincing them to I guess like vote a certain way or whatnot. Cause like I forgot what they said that they were telling these old folks would basically like the old folks would have like dementia or like they wouldn't even understand what they were doing. But or like they'll be on, like damn near on their deathbed or something. Yeah, bro. I know. I just
Yeah, it's one thing to have a hunch, but I do think that yeah, like there's people who support Donald Trump who claim that the election was not stolen, right? They supported him. They're Republicans, and like not to say that that says much or whatever, right? But like it's it's a pretty strong accusation to say that it was straight up stolen.
I would I don't know. I would definitely say that they were trying to get Trump out of there because I just see Biden as once again like a career politician, and let me put this down camera. But I just see him as like a career politician, and now we just got the same, old dude in office again, who just like doing like the same old stuff, bro. Even though because I don't really see the president, I just really see them as a face anyway. Really,
Yeah,
it's the it's like like our Congress and shit.
it's like the status quo.
But but yeah, like as far as like the like administration and yeah. I just
Yeah, I mean, here's the issue though, is that when these kind of things get brought up by Donald Trump, it makes him look like he's fitting like a fascist. That's how a fascist would talk. They would undermine their own government, right? Not saying that he is a fascist. It's just that now that becomes in the ethos, right? It blurs the line of do I even trust somebody who would speak that kind of language to run my nation? Right?
and
Like
no, you're definitely
it's, yeah, like I see Trump as like petty. He's just real petty.
right. Extremely petty, bro. But bro, do you think he's gonna win in 2024?
I do think that he will
I
win.
think
Yes.
he is gonna win. I think Trump is gonna win 2024, bro.
Yeah.
Next election season is gonna be so hot, bro. Because
Yeah.
I think that the Democratic Party is gonna get people so fucking pissed that it's gonna
Well,
swing right. It's gonna swing so far right, bro.
well, I don't even think the Democratic Party had to do anything. I think that this would have happened no matter what. They would have been
Why
mad
do
no
you
matter
think
what.
that? Well, oh yeah, just with the whole
It doesn't matter
situation that
who
we're
was
in,
on the
like,
Democratic president. Yeah, they
hell
would have
yeah.
been mad no matter what.
Because even if Trump was in it, so yeah, they should have actually let Trump win. So it could have made the Republican Party look a little bad, and then the next round,
Yeah, but like, yeah,
Democrats should have came like the savior. Now, like, oh, we're gonna save America. We're gonna get
that
it
was
back
their
to
plan,
normal.
though. Yeah, that's what they think they're doing right now.
Well, hell no, no,
No,
hell
that's what
no,
the
no.
Democrats think they're doing right now, though. That's what they think they're doing.
Not with Biden in office. No, they're not. Not at all. They're doing the complete opposite. They're scaring everybody away.
But yeah, that's I live with somebody who literally wore like the Biden Harris face mask, right? She was like, "Oh, I love them. She's so progressive and all that." And I'm like, "They're not that progressive." Like, and the best way to scare her is to tell her like, "I really think Trump is going to win." Like, "Why are you so relaxed about this shit?" She's like, "Nah." Right? I'm like, "Nah, he's going to win this shit."
But no, I think see, I don't know, man. Like the only reason I say like the only reason like I really like the Republican Party or whatnot, just because it just I don't know, it just brings back that sense of like pride. Uh I don't know. I feel like when the Democrats are in office, everything.
Yeah, but like
And there's no like
Bill
sense of
Clinton ran on like a moderate platform, right? He wasn't far left, and he was a Democrat, and he left with a surplus. Like the '90s were like one of the most prosperous times for America.
yeah, no, don't get me wrong, because even when Obama was in office, like that was a great time for everybody going back to school. There's a lot of jobs. Shoot, I mean, shoot, that was a good time for me to be honest. Like like as far as everybody going back to school and whatnot, like it was way easier to get into school.
Yeah, yeah,
Like as far as like in college or whatever. Like when he was in office, like he made it real easy for a lot of people to do a lot of things.
yeah. The see, my issue is that like,
Because like it really is whoever just falls just happens to fall and like has everything is kind of already in circulation. So it's kind of like who is just lining up for office next. Of course,
yeah,
they can do
yeah,
certain things to kind of change it, but the ball's already rolling.
yep,
Um,
yep, yep. But that's my issue though, is that there's a lot of people who support Trump who I don't think they truly understand what they're saying, because they'll be like, Joe Biden's a socialist, and I'm like, I wish we had a socialist president. Like, if that's socialist, then what am I?
uh,
Right?
yeah, no, they would never
Like,
do
but they
that
don't know the
because
difference. They call him socialist. He's a commie. Like, what?
they
Hold
would
up.
never do that. Well, but my thing is, bro, even communists, because like I would say that Joe Biden would never do that because America's run by corporations, and this is like this is like a capitalist fucking society. But the world is like that, so I would even fight to say that like communists are damn near ran by corporations too. At the end of the day.
Yeah, or like a more like socialist nation where they tax their corporations and shit. Definitely. Because
So
America,
just
in a sense,
because
yeah,
I always say that there's always gonna be that 1%. There's
we have a
always gonna be
hybrid
that one
economy.
percent, bro. There's
Like,
no way to get
America.
rid of that. Like, there's no way elite class. I don't think it
Yeah,
is because there's always gonna be somebody who has the most resources or
yeah.
a family that has the most resources or something like that.
Yeah, I agree with that. There always will be. But my issue is that some people like stand for that elite class, even though they're not in it.
Or I think that elite class should at least be aware that they are elite and then, do things to help out the world more. If there's a way that we could do that, like change the culture of the elite. I don't know how that would be. I don't know how that would work.
Yeah. Well, if you look back, if you type in Google U.S. tax rates,
Yeah.
through history, you'll be able to find that back in like the 20s and then the 30s when we hit the Great Depression, we
Yeah.
raised taxes on these one percenters tremendously. Like we charge them upwards of like 70% on the highest marginal rates, right?
But
That got us out of the Great Depression, and people invested into war bonds, and we pulled ourselves out. And it was like a lot of it was, and we started Social Security, right? We increased social services, not removed them. And we're getting close to that again, where the economy is close to crashing again. And what happens is we're going to have to press on the rich and force them to pay more taxes to support the people who they've literally destroyed through all these years.
no. But, like, I don't know, dude. It's like with socialists or whatever, like, say like, cause it's basically like, it's not really like a democracy.
Well, it can be.
Like as far as like a voter base.
Well, I think of it as like it's a transition, right? Like you have full market capitalism, then we have hybrid market capitalism, which is right underneath, which the US is, right? And then there's socialist capitalism, basically like you tax more, you have more social services, and all of the production goes back into the people, right? And then there's communism, right? And like socialism is like in between the hybrid, which we have now, and communism, right? So it's not necessarily that far deep down communism. So you can have
how
a
would
voting
socialism
democracy.
work though? Just
You
because
can
there's
have a
more
voting
government.
democracy where you can vote in your leaders still, right? Where communism is the reduction of class, where everybody is equal and there is no, like, you don't have somebody who's, like, in a different class than you. You're all part of the state. Everything you do is owned by the state. That's communism, right?
Yeah.
Like the entire government is the economic system, and that's what. And in order for that to work, every single person has to basically be equal, right? And so, yeah, in a democracy, it's impossible for people to be equal, right? And that's why we vote, because I believe that it is impossible for everybody to be equal, right? So
Oh
you have a
wow,
voting.
you believe that there's so like how I was saying that there's always going to be an elite class. So how would everybody be equal then?
Exactly. Like, because there's always going to be an elite class, the lower class, I believe, should be aware that they're part of the lower class and use their system to work for their advantage, right? So you vote in democratically leaders of companies that will produce the most good for your society, right?
Yeah. Yeah, no, that makes sense.
Yeah, and it's like it's a
Because that's
transitional
literally
thing. So what
what
it means is
yeah.
that you can transition back into a hybrid economy like we have, right? Like it doesn't mean that it's permanent forever. It's actually something that can be swapped in and out. And that's what I believe our current system is too. Like it could be swapped into a more socialist market and then transition back into a more hybrid market.
Yeah, no, that makes a lot of sense. Um
Well, because I think that a lot of
so
people
what
are
is
under.
China?
Well,
Let's see.
yeah, China is mostly communist, and then they have
How
three.
about like their
There's three
healthcare system
zones
and all that
in
stuff over
China.
there?
One of them is like Shanghai, one of them is Hong Kong, and the other one is like Shenzhen or something like that, where they have marketable zones where you could do business internationally in those zones. Right? So they have like zones that they've worked out with the United States and stuff like that to be able to do business and stuff.
And what like the rest of the business they just do within their own country?
Well, a lot of it, yes, is like the production that they create and the money that they make goes directly back to the state, and so the state mandates like, oh, this place has this many bikes, this place
Yeah.
has this many buildings, right? This place has housing here. I
Yeah.
don't know everything about their economy, but I do know that they have three market zones or whatever. I don't know what they're actually called, but they're like regions where you could do business.
So, do you know about like their healthcare system and all that stuff over there?
Not really. But I don't think that they have like private doctors like running a practice where they could just like charge what they will.
Yeah.
But they do have like a class system and like a social credit system, right? And you're being watched all the time. And like if you do things like jaywalking or start fights, they could reduce your social credit score and you'll be less likely to get loans, less likely to get like a house or something like that.
Hey, I forgot that. God damn it. Oh my
This
god.
is Prehistoric
motherfucker.
Planet, only on Apple TV Plus.
You're not either. Oh no, we tried. We've tried.
Oh no. I forgot. You know who Blizzard is, right?
Who is it?
Blizzard. Okay.
The one that he'll adopt.
Yeah.
And so like he's had a chance.
I forgot that he
to
was
politics Discord to where
streaming tonight.
like every fucking thing that can be said, you know what I mean, has been said. He's heard it and he's heard the results of the debate. And so like, where he's coming from is always like really
about to comment up in the chat real quick.
You know what I mean?
You know who Blizzard is, all right?
Practice, right? It's like any other thing.
Nah, is that who's in your chat sometimes?
Yeah.
Right? And like I like Doobie. I think
okay,
Doobie
gotcha.
is a good person overall, right? But there are some people who just hate him because he'll take stances that are a little out there on occasion.
Yeah,
here's the thing is that it's real hard to do a heated debate because everything's respectable here.
Yeah, no, like I usually just play heated debate. It's because
right that has always made arguments I've agreed with. Even
just for like the clickbait and shit to be.
Right. It might turn into heated one day though.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like a few times, like I say, like it got a little bit heated, but yeah, for the most part.
Yeah, like you, yeah, right. Nah, I feel like there's a lot of issues that we probably disagree on. It's just that you're cool peoples.
Yeah. Yeah, nah, believe me, I'm pretty sure if you were to bring up some topics like some topics like about immigration, I'm pretty sure, but you're not really like a Democrat. You're more of what'd you say?
I'm like a leftist, yeah. I'm like a little bit like I don't identify with Democrats, yeah. But but you identify as like I guess a Republican, right?
Yes. Well, no, not really a Republican, but like I mean, yeah, like a center, right?
Gotcha. So how do you feel about like Republicans bringing up issues like, in my opinion, these are nonsense issues like the CRT stuff and all that critical race theory, talking about like they need to ban books in school. That's a huge part of their platform recently.
Well, I definitely think that what you call it, that CRT. Well, I would just say it depends on how they implement the CRT, and then also I would just say also that the whole education system already needs to be like revamped anyway, because like our history that we're taught, like I think that is complete BS from the jump, So,
yeah. But what I'm trying to figure out is that like there's people on the Republican side who agree with what you're saying. They think that all the history is BS, but they want to change it in a way where it's removal of certain histories. I'm not sure if you agree with those sides of the conversation.
What you mean? Like they're trying to? Well, yeah. So like I think. Well, so that's why I would say that our education system and mainly our history needs to be revamped because a lot of like what we're like a lot of things we're not taught, and that's why I would say like a lot of like a lot of racism and like a lot of these things still persist because it's literally the system that we're raised in, and it's literally the like the society that we're raised in, and that's why like you can't really blame those people because like until we revamp like our education system, like our society, yeah, like revamp like our education system, then that'll change our society and whatnot.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing that I think is that I don't think that
Because
schools are teaching CRT. I don't think that elementary students, not even high school students, are learning CRT at all. But Republicans bring it up that way, and then they frame it as it's trying to make white kids feel guilty, even though they had nothing to do
like the
with
little
slavery.
Timmy scenario and shit.
Like that kind of shit. It's like, hold up, these people were literally not taught enough history that they get upset that the fact that these issues have systemic consequences. Like from my side, I think that there's a huge demographic of people who have not fully understood the consequences of the history of America, like the racist history. That they think racism's over and shit, right? And I guess in a lot of ways racism is over, but in a lot of ways it's not. And the people who were racist and trying to implement these strategies, those strategies still exist. And the products of those strategies still exist. And the conditions of them still exist, yet they're not acknowledged.
Yeah. I mean, that last part that you just said again.
That there's a huge demographic of people who don't acknowledge the consequences of like slavery and all of that.
So like so and that's what I'm saying, because a lot of these people they're just not educated at all, they're just like, or they are and then they just choose to ignore it, and then those people you are just can't help them because it's like at least you told them, at least like you went through the system and actually tried to provide information to inform these people about what's true and what's not, But like if somebody just refuses to accept that information at that point, then that's just on them. I mean, like you can't like uh like put a chip in their head, like at least not yet.
Like I feel like talking about the CRT thing is extremely disingenuous and not a serious thing. Like I'm laughing at the platform because I'm like, how is that an issue?
Well, I would say, because I would say like if like school systems are implementing it like at some political shit and talking about Black Lives Matter and all this other bullshit, then yeah, I would say then that's not right. Because I wouldn't want some fucking, like if I had kids, I wouldn't want my kids or even myself going inside a fucking school and them, trying to tell me some propaganda about like Black Lives Matter is a good organization or shit like that when they've already, found out to be fucking corrupt and shit.
Yeah, the organization
like,
definitely. The organization, but the people who support it aren't the organization.
Yeah, but but the reason that they support it was because it was a lie in the first place. It was just straight up propaganda, because obviously Black Lives Matter, like people already know that Black Lives Matter, like that's already a thing, So like for them to come up with like a slogan and like organization to basically profit off of people's feelings and whatnot, you know, like that's something that people need to be wary of, and they need to keep like an open eye out for. You know?
Yeah, the organization, yes, but the sentiment is extremely important, and it's indicative of how powerful the message has permeated and how triggered it gets people.
I mean, I
The
would
sentiment
say
of saying
like,
it, like
yeah, I would
when
say,
you look back at history, right? Like the Black
yeah,
Power movement, white power came after Black Power, right?
yes,
As
yeah.
a counter.
Just like all lives matter.
Yes, exactly, right? So
And blue
that's what
lives
happens inevitably.
matter.
It happens so often that yes, when I hear all lives matter, it's tough to decipher what does this person mean, right?
Fucking assholes, man. That shit is so funny.
Yeah, it's just like if the phrase Black Lives Matter does matter, then
Yes.
it shouldn't be an issue, but it is an issue to some people.
Yeah, no, but yeah, and just like I was saying, you know, like those people, like you, I mean, because at least like, and that's why I would say like, if we, uh, you know, kind of redid like the education system and like improved it to where you know we're actually you know giving people like verified information and whatnot, and you know like actually trying to what do you call it you know like let people know uh about how like different
The founding
people.
fathers were slave owners.
Well, I mean that.
That kind of shit. Like
Yeah,
Andrew Jackson's got a statue out here in
yeah,
North
and
Carolina.
definitely, you know, tearing down all those fucking statues and all. Yeah, and like, you know, blatant things that you know, and blatant people who you know were you know white supremacists and you know all that shit. You know, like yeah, but I would
Like that kind of
definitely
shit has
say
really built up
I
over these
would
years.
see. I would definitely say that. So there's like, I would definitely say that you know that all that stuff needs to be mentioned, and just like the founding of America, like how Christopher Columbus was like a fucking pedophile and like a rapist,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
and like a slaughterer and all this shit, you
We
know.
celebrate
And so,
Columbus Day.
so yeah, I think all that stuff needs to be taught, you know, but I just think that like the you know that like all history and the real history, you know, should be taught like the whole story should be told, you know, not just like not just like a whitewash version of it, you know.
Well, yeah, and that's kind of my point here is that like people were taught the whitewash version for so long that they're offended when somebody says, "Yo, that statue represents a racist who literally fought against the United States. They had to take down Robert E. Lee statues."
Yeah.
And people were mad.
Yeah, no, and that shit blows my mind, especially that whole Confederate shit. Cause it's like, bro, if you're not flying an American flag, then you know you're a fucking op. Like, yeah,
That's literally what they were. They started a war against the United States.
exactly. So why would you even want to support some people?
So like after through all these years, you know, it's built up and you have these people who are like defending the people who don't like the statues being removed. To hear them mention CRT now, these same people, I'm like, "Oh, I don't believe you." You know? Like I don't believe you. I think that they're getting offended because they were taught the wrong history for so long that they get upset easily if anybody talks bad about American history.
That's why. Yeah, that's just why I always say like people like that. It's kind of like you know, okay, I understand. I understand exactly where you're coming from. You don't know. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, if you say so.
Right? It's just
Yeah,
so
whatever floats your boat.
predominant. It gets in the way, you know, of things. So it's like it gets in the way a lot of times because it's just silly. you know, and that's part of the platform is silly.
But what you call it? You see what I got on? You go on my Twitch. You see what I got scheduled for like the rest of the week?
Yeah.
Let me see what you think about it, bro. Here, I'll share.
I see you posted it on the Discord, right? I see it right here.
Okay. Okay, you see the schedule?
Yeah, tomorrow at 10 and then Thursday at
well,
8.
yeah, so basically like tomorrow and Thursday I'm really just gonna be probably working on some videos or playing some games or doing like some random shit. I'm not necessarily gonna be on a Discord, but yeah. So like the heated discussions are basically gonna be on Discord, and so yeah, like basically like tomorrow and Thursday I'm just gonna be chilling, probably working on something or playing a game or some shit, and then like on Friday, the topic is gonna be does immigration benefit Americans? And then Saturday is gonna be should we defund police? And then on Sunday, it's gonna talk about animal rights.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, I really want to talk about does immigration benefit Americans? I think that would
be you stay on that shit. I don't understand why though.
Because I think that, and then like really it's because like dude, like probably like right after that discussion we had or like the next day, like a video like another video had came out and it like damn near reiterated like everything I just said. I'm like, see, like like I know I'm not going crazy, like like I know
yeah, no, I don't think you're going crazy. Especially because every time we talk, I'm able to get my shit off. You're able to get your shit off, right?
Oh yeah. But yeah.
So yeah, if you want to have a discussion about immigration, I'm down for that, definitely.
And then just to get myself more informed, like about the topic. I mean, like I'm always learning new stuff about immigration, also. About why people did immigrate in the first place. I don't know. I just better ways.
Right.
But yeah, so yeah, I'm gonna try just to keep like a schedule going, and that's basically gonna be based off of my work schedule, So
yeah.
But yeah, I'm at least try to have like 3 3 like topic discussions a week. And then, 1 like random discussion. And that way we can kind of have like set things that we'll be talking about on those days.
Yeah, I feel you. Yeah, man. I don't know. I'll see you then.
All right, bro. But yeah, you definitely enjoy the rest of your night, and it was definitely good talking with you tonight, bro. I always appreciate you stopping by.
Oh, hell yeah.
All right, bro.
Yeah, man. One day you're gonna make it.
Oh yeah, bro. For sure.
All right, man.
All right, bro.
All right, peace.